Thank you for stopping on my channel, Styles Pro Grow, where we grow our confidence and our skill set to be healthy hair cosmetologists, and where the average consumer can see how a proper hair care service looks. I know you all's expectations of service have went down when it comes to a professional cosmetologist. And that's only because you keep chasing after the cheapest solution. Because hairstylists that are about their business, meaning understanding that the process at the bowl, the type of shampoo and conditioner they use, proper booking, proper consultation, and all that, that cost. Hey, if this not you, let it fly over your head. Don't get offended. Okay? But you all have to understand that a good hairstylist is an investment, and it's a continued investment. I'm trying to tell you. But here we're going to do another fabulous silk press, and I'm just going to talk through the blow dry process. Well, encourage you to continue to look at this video and see how I transform her beautiful, beautiful curls into the silk that it can be when it's in the right hands, which is Styles Pro Salon and me, Isha Wardell. Now, again, you can get these results, and I'm sure it's a silk press master in your neighborhood somewhere, but you just probably don't want to pay the price. And I hate that for you. I truly, truly do, because it is a lot of work. You already know it's a lot of work if you have hair that this length and this density as this queen here. You know it's a lot of work to care for it. So why won't you pay the service fee to get phenomenal results? I don't know. But my clients, they pay the service fee because they know I don't play no games. And that's only because I love what I do, which is taking care of your hair. You know, like, people want their service providers to take care of them. And that is so freaking important. That's why if you got a maid, you want to make sure your maid cleans your house in an orderly fashion. You know what I mean? Everything done in order is always of God anyway. So I just pray that you find someone to take care of your hair. If not, you most definitely can book with me, but it's going to cost you. I am so serious. You see how I blow dried this woman's hair out? Listen to me. And that hair is thick. I love thick hair. I love a challenge. You know what I mean? But I've been doing it so long, it's really not a challenge. You see how you bouncing? When the blow dry bounce like this, you know the silk press is about to kill. So I'm going to let y'all in on our service conversation today, because it was serious. We talked about children. We talked about love. Just thank you for joining.
Paying what you doing, because why is it just you and you can't survive?
Yeah.
Like, you ain't got no responsibility to nobody else. You ain't got no kids, no pets. She said, what is you doing? So my mama looked at all her bills, and she was like, you got a bunch of subscriptions that you need to just get a Fire Stick that's jailbroke with all the channels on it, and don't pay the monthly subscription, just the one with all the basic channels on it. So she got the Fire Stick. She like, now if I pay $140 for this to get all your little programs, she said, then you cancel them subscriptions. She said that's $200 of the three you need.
Oh, wow.
So she found her $200.
Oh, wow.
Then I was like, okay, me and your daddy will give you $50 a piece if that's the case. So then she was like, okay. So we was like, all right, so stay in your place, sign the lease, we'll give you the difference. But I said, but then I guess my mama must have been like, you need to quit bothering your mama. Your mama got Morgan. Like, she's in college, she down in North Carolina.
Yeah, that's what Morgan at. Come on, Morgan. Come on.
Okay. like, she got mortgage, she got tuition, she out here trying to work 2 jobs, she got this idiot baby daddy trying to put her in jail. Your mama can't save you. You need to be trying to save her.
That's what I said.
And she said,
I need your mama to talk to my son.
okay, she said she helping everybody whenever she can, and when it come time for her to need something, can't nobody do nothing for her.
Come on,
She
mama.
said she done did. She don't owe you
Stand up for her
nothing.
baby.
She said she don't owe you nothing. She said, and quit asking her for it.
Stand
She
up
said
for
she
her
out
baby.
here risking her life with this damn Uber for a few dollars to make ends meet. You want to come just ask for it.
Right,
She
that part.
said, what you gonna do to get you some extra few dollars? Because your mama got hustle. She said, I don't know what you got, where you got that from. Because your mama go get up and get it.
Right.
So she was like, so
Well,
next thing
hustlers make babies like that. Oh God, girl. Well, we don't let them want for nothing, family.
we mess them up.
We mess them up.
Look, but then Kayla, then next thing after my mama had that little come to Jesus talk with her, then I get this text. Hi, mommy. Kayla Harris wants to share her location while they DoorDash. So then she started DoorDashing on the side.
Okay, period.
Yeah, that's it. Figure it out.
Period.
So, you know, then she had said, well, rent due on the rent due March 1st. I said, okay. Like, I got my $50, but did you DoorDash to try to make it so I won't have to give you the 50? Because I need my 50.
Right, that part.
I said, then she thought about it. I said, did you call your daddy and ask for his 50? And I guess she must have realized how she sounded, so she started DoorDashing the last couple of days to make up whatever she needed. Because I said, girl, please. I said, you ain't heard nothing my mama said. I said, she'll do the little DoorDash for a little bit, and then she'll get like, oh, well, I had class, or I fell asleep. And I said, you need to DoorDash in the daytime, not at night.
For sure.
When she get off at 11, then she DoorDash.
Right.
I said, you know what?
Them lunchtime DoorDashers, they pay for real, for real. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
That's why I was like, girl, be smart. Do it before you go to work. You go to work at 3. Do it before 3, and then go to work. Then when you get off at 11, carry your butt home.
Exactly.
I said, you don't need to be out here picking up nobody's food at 11 o'clock at night.
Or when you get off at 11, most nighttime DoorDashers is alcohol. Or when you get off at 11, earn a little extra more.
Right. Yeah,
And,
they
you know,
do. That's why she said she do it at night, because they pay more.
Yeah.
She said they pay more, but she in Aurora, so
Shit.
yeah. So,
Ain't nothing gonna happen, did you?
and then look, it was funny because I put my friend's sister on as a referral, and she down in Miami. So now she live in one of them high rises that's off the lake.
Okay.
And it's a bunch of expensive restaurants all in that little area. Why she been doing DoorDash or Uber Eats, I referred her. She done got 200 and some deliveries in just a short time.
Oh wow.
She said that them people, cause the building she live in, she pay like $3,500 for rent.
Okay.
And she said that she just do the little deliveries. She said, but it keeps her in the building basically that she live in.
Really?
So she said she'll go pick up about 4-5 orders from the restaurants and then deliver them to all the different things in her building. And she said, and them people be tipping based on.
Listen.
She said she be getting $50 tips.
Listen.
She said one order she got a $75 tip.
Period.
I was like, that's Miami. That's where the money at.
Listen, and out this way. Listen, most of these families, they don't, especially in the morning, they don't want to take their kids to school, family.
They don't.
I'm taking kids to school, the high schoolers.
Yes.
They catch a Uber. Listen.
I got a little girl that gets picked up in Highland almost every day and take her home to like East Chicago. And I'm just like, this little girl don't need to be getting in the car with a stranger every day.
Man.
She just happened to be getting me for a few days because that'd be the middle of the day when I get on just to see what's happening. And I was like, her mama need her butt whooped.
Girl, her mama probably got to head to work, because that's what I get a lot of time. The mama put the kid in the car, even the high school.
Listen, the girl I saw when I first got her, I could tell that it was a black girl. Now it's mostly white at this school, but I could tell she was looking for somebody. And I said, I bet you this the girl. So then the name on the app was like Chanel or something, Sherelle. So I'm like, looking like, I said, Sherelle? And then she was like, I'm Chloe. My mom's Sherelle. And she was like, yes. She said, I need to see your license plate. And I was like, okay. And then I said, okay, baby. Then she said, I have a PIN number too. Like, I was like, oh my God. I said, this poor thing would have got in anybody's car.
Oh, man.
And she was like, I was looking for your car. I was like, oh, something going on here. I feel so bad. I almost want to tell her mama, girl, look, I just pick up and take baby.
Right.
Because she scared me. Like,
she scared herself.
Right. I said, I'm scared for her. And then I was like, oh my God.
Javon take the Uber.
Do we?
Yeah, I got the Uber teen account hookup thing, and he just take it from his program on Saturdays.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, he over here in Richmond, Park Forest, right up the street, doing the aviation program.
Okay.
With the federal aviation people.
Okay.
And they loving it. They loving him, you know, and this and that. But they be having extracurricular stuff that I'm already sacrificing my Saturdays.
Right. Okay.
That, nah, I can't. He ain't gonna be able to make the extra stuff.
Okay. You say no. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So with having him train like that, 300,000 a year. You know, that's what he gonna be making if we stay focused with the aviation. And for him, they're more focusing on fixing the engines more so than becoming pilots.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm really happy.
That's good.
And he's 12, so.
And he interested in something?
And he's anything with STEM, he's interested in.
Yeah.
He's actually interested in agriculture.
Now that's what Morgan School is.
Really?
NCAT, National. It's North Carolina of Agriculture and Technology.
Oh wow, he's
Yep.
into agriculture. I promise.
Yep. Now when she first started, she was an engineer major, and then she was like, I thought about all the math, and I decided no, thank you. So I was like, really, Morgan, you still gonna need math. And then, but she a political science major now. Now she down there like Angela Davis.
Come on here.
She trying to get in Congress so she can change some laws.
That's what
baby.
we're talking about.
Yes, she is definitely trying to go to the Capitol Hill.
Come on.
She said all this. She said, I don't understand why these billionaires have 20-bedroom houses and it's just them and their spouse. She said, and it's people sleeping under viaducts and don't have shelter. She was like, you don't even need, how much money do you need? She was like, it need to be a cap on it. I said, girl, they ain't gonna let you get in office talking like that.
Talk about a cap.
Right.
You know, cap you right on up under there.
I said, oh,
go there now.
I said, now. I said, don't go in there talking that. You ain't gonna get in, baby.
Yes,
1% rule the world.
Stick with the abortion rate, please.
Okay. I was like, please and thank you.
We really need somebody to be focused on education too, man.
Yeah.
Even with education being so accessible with online and that, but for them to still have the blocking of education, man.
That's the craziest thing, but that's what they want. They want us not to be educated so that we'll fall for anything and not know no better.
Right.
Instead of thinking, man, if we educate everybody, we'll be smarter than all the other countries, and then we'll be the real superpower.
And that's why China, the way China is, man.
Right.
China educate like the army.
Man, listen, they like, you ain't gonna be no dummy from over here.
Listen, they frying eggs in first grade as part of a stimulation in the first grade class.
You gonna learn how to feed yourself.
Yes.
You ain't gonna depend on nobody. You gonna learn how to feed yourself.
Yes. Meanwhile, I'm arguing with Jovan because I don't want to put hot dogs in the oven. I'm not about to do it. Read the directions. Read the room from the directions. Your mama is in the bed.
Okay.
In her pajamas.
Say,
Figure it out. Every time he goes, Mom, I'm hungry. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Why you always say you don't got nothing to do with that?
Figure it out.
For real, I brought the food. You gonna have to figure it out. And is all of it usually is baked. Yeah, but I don't like them to microwave.
Okay,
You know, bake it. You know. So, and then you bake it, and we can put better timers, and it's something about baking that microwave stuff. It does taste better than if you go right in the microwave.
Definitely. Girl, but it was so funny. I know I did my kids a disservice because I used to cook. I used to fix their plates. They just come in the kitchen and food be ready. They might pop in every now and then to see if it's almost ready.
Right.
But
Not
they
even trying to stir nothing.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't.
Because you chef.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, kids was not interested. But now Kayla called, Mom, I'm trying to make. Can you tell me? I said, you should have been paying attention. But then Morgan is like this. Oh, I'm gonna be rich so I can do it. Morgan said she's gonna be rich so she can do it.
That's period.
But I remember one time the microwave had went out. And then I was like, just put it in the oven. And that damn Kayla said, what's an oven?
Oh, Lord.
And I said, that thing that I cook on top of, that door, you turn it on and it heats the food up. I said, don't you tell nobody you don't know what a damn oven is. I was like this, just dye her hair blonde. I said, because I swear Kayla be acting
She a blonde.
She a blonde.
She a blonde.
She is a true blonde. We just be like, shh, Kayla, shh. And then Morgan will always get her. And I'll be like, Morgan, don't do your big sister like that. She'll be like, what? I'll be like, don't do your sister like that.
That part. He choked too.
Okay.
Girl.
You say no.
Right after I'm done with you.
Okay. Be like, all right then. See, it's just a blessing that he got a mama that's able to come together.
Yes, and that's what everybody keep telling him. You better be lucky because your average. Listen, ain't studying them, especially these boys.
Okay.
And not mine, because I feel like he my responsibility. You know what I mean? Like some people just let go of their responsibility. Yeah, he my responsibility. Okay. When the man asked me what is deflation, you mean letting the air out or something? Okay, all right. He ain't ready for the world. Okay.
That's just like my baby talking about what's an oven.
He ain't ready. And then I just looked at him like, I feel like I failed you, son.
Right, that's what I be saying. I said, I didn't do drugs when I had you. I wasn't smoking and shit.
I feel like I failed you, son.
I was like, see, they kept telling her she was cute.
And that's with him.
I said, they done told you you was cute. You thought that was going to last you your whole life. Because, girl, she said when we was in Dubai, she told somebody, oh, my mama's gonna take care of me for the rest of my life. I said, baby, who told you that? I said, listen, I got one left that I'm trying to get rid of.
Man.
But I'm making sure I do right by her. But Morgan was like, hey, you ain't gonna have to worry about me. I'm like Kayla. She like, I learned from her. And that's why she was like, I don't need a license. She was like, Uber's fine. You and Granddaddy are fine. Like, y'all can take me wherever I need to be. She said, my friends have cars. These new kids don't be caring nothing about getting a license, driving a car.
Listen, no. Getting a license, driving a car, studying. They don't care about none of that.
Yeah, well, Morgan, like, naturally don't have to study.
Yeah,
so,
Jovan, too.
Yeah, so,
it's like they know it.
Right.
Or something. That's weird.
But don't tell you, when she got to college, she was like, I said, what you doing? She was like, studying. like the audacity. I have to study now. I was like, oh, okay, call me later, boo. She'll be like, hey, diva. I'll be like, hey, beloved.
For real.
I said, what you doing? She like, homework. I said, on a Friday night. Here she goes. Yeah, it's due at 11:59. I'm like, Morgan, you still have to wait till the last minute to do your damn homework. She like, okay, gotta go.
Since you're trying to be mom now.
Right. You're like, beloved. Whenever she called, she be like, beloved. I be like, what you want? Like, you can't just call. And it was funny because I had jury duty last week. So I guess it took my family about 8 hours to realize that I was at the Crown Point jail for 8 hours. So my mama was like, I saw she was at the jail, and I'm wondering now, did somebody kidnap her? They done, or did she go say, did she get locked up? Mike done had her arrested. She like, oh, fuck that motherfucker. Like this. She was like this. Lanice, wait, you talk to your sister? So she was like, no. She said, so then she called my best friend, like, you talked to LaShonda? And then she was like, well, I had talked to her earlier this morning. We talked about my bill with ADT, but that was it. And so I thought I had told everybody I had jury duty, but I guess I didn't. So they so used to me being in the office on Tuesday when I was in Crown Point, they like, what's she doing over there? Okay. So then Lanice called one of my coworkers that she went to high school with that I had got a job out there and was like, hey, Shonda, you know what's up with her? And so David told her, oh, she had court today. So when they say court, they thinking with Mike and Morgan shit. So she like, no, her case ain't in Indiana. And he was like, well, that's what she told our boss, that, you know, she was in court. So then, my mama said, well, she in court, but they don't lock her ass up because she all day, right? So now, it's like 4:30. My phone done went dead because I didn't bring no charger because I didn't know I was going to get picked. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's in the car. Okay. So now my phone is dead. So it's stuck at the court. Okay. So my mama then sent my daddy to my house to make sure I'm not there and just left my phone there. So they see I ain't at home. Then he done went to Crown Point jail. Then it's closed because they closed at 5. Okay. Banging on the door.
Because bring me my baby.
Right. He like, he said, hey.
Come on.
Are these yours, baby?
That one is not.
Okay, but this one is?
Yes, indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And this one is not?
No, that is Jay's.
Okay.
Yep, that's Jay's. Thank you.
So my dad come banging on the doors at the courthouse, and so a sheriff that's on duty that stays, I guess, there overnight. They have a sheriff that stay in the building because I guess people in lockup, I don't know, right. It's a jail. So he like, can I help you? And he was like, I was checking to see if my daughter here because her phone is saying she here. And then the sheriff said, well, ain't nobody here right now, they closed. He like, but her phone is still saying she here because it's dead. So it had to charge while I was driving. So he like, well, do you see her car in the parking lot? And then he was like, okay, well, let me drive around the building and see if it's on the other side. So then finally, I called my mama, where the hell have you been? We've been looking for you all day. I need phone numbers to everybody to talk to because I said, I don't talk to nobody. What are you talking about? We couldn't figure out where. I said, I had jury duty. Well, God damn it, you need to tell somebody what you do. Because I thought they had locked your ass up. I said, now why would they lock me up? Well, Mike trying to lock you up, so I ain't know if they got you in Indiana. You know, for not paying the child support. I said, really? So then she said, I would call Robin. I done tried on, we called David. We done talked to your boss. I said, y'all doing too much. She said, you see your daddy? I said, no, where he at? He came up there to look for you. I said, at the courthouse? I said, Ma, I'm on my way home. Here she go, well, you better call him. So then when I called him, he said, there you go. What's going on? I said, I had jury duty. He said, oh, okay.
Daddy probably the calmest one in the bunch.
He was like, I knocked on the door. The man told me you wasn't here, but I told him your phone say you here. I was trying to like, where my baby at?
That part. Oh, that feels good.
So that was Tuesday. I said, well, y'all just not looking for me. It's 5 o'clock. I bet she said, well, I saw it there earlier this morning. I thought you was out Ubering or something. So she said, then I saw you was still there. I'm like, what's going on? Here go Lenise, my sister. Oh, she diming us out. She telling everything. She talking about, oh, they done held her this long. She telling everything. I said, you know what? I can't stand her. So then, Wednesday, that's Tuesday. So here come Morgan on Thursday. She called about 6 o'clock that evening. She like, beloved. I said, hey. She like, is there a reason that you keep showing up at the courthouse in Crown Point? And I'm like, is it a reason it took you 3 days to realize that I was? She like, hey, I did realize it. I may be a little late, but I did notice at the jail what's going on. Yeah. And I said, I got jury duty. She like, okay, I'm just checking because I know my dad trying to lock you up. So I was
everybody
like,
coming, man.
Everybody thought I was locked up.
like it so well.
Man, listen, that's what my mama said. She said if he gets you arrested, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Period.
She said he going straight to hell.
Period.
Okay.
Period.
And it's so funny because they mad, and I get it. I'm mad at the justice system that's allowing it, but I'm not even mad at them. I feel sorry for them. Like, I'm like, and they like, no, you ain't mad enough. I said, I've been doing this shit for 18 years. I'll be done stroked out if I let this shit keep bothering me.
Didn't we have a scare with some stuff because of the stress or something?
Yeah.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, 201 pounds.
Ooh.
And then they told me that the heart, the thickening of my heart, thickening around my heart because of the blood pressure being high from stress. So say less. Nigga, I'm laughing. I'm like hee ha ha. Like I'm over it. Whatever you say. And then that's when my friend told me about Uber, and she was like, "Girl, I'm getting the bag. Like I'm clearing like 1,000 a week." I said, "That's just what I need. I need about 36 weeks of this shit to clear up all these credit cards.
Yeah.
And then once I clear up them credit cards, I just have my house, my car, and if I have to pay this nigga back, he gonna get it in pennies and nickels."
Listen, and literally in pennies and nickels.
Right, I was like this.
For real.
So then she was like, "But you gotta send something." My mom was like, "Send his ass $5." I said,
Send some $25.
Right, so I said 150 one time, and then I said 150 another time. Like, that's all he getting. He ain't getting no more.
A Mary J. Blige husband ass nigga.
Right, I was like, and this nigga got 7 figures in his
Oh
401k.
my God.
A $360,000 house, but you fucking with me. But I was like, you know what, God, you gave me resources to handle it until it works itself out.
Exactly.
And if it never works itself out, God gonna deal with him.
Oh, for sure.
And this little money ain't nothing compared to what he got to deal with God.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Come on
that
here.
part, vengeance is mine, says the Lord.
Come
So
on
I don't
here.
even have to. In fact, I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. Whatever you feel I did or didn't do,
Right.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let's release that right now.
Right. I was like, poof, be gone. And I'm gonna be on the next trip in April, and I'm gonna make sure. I said, and I usually don't put stuff on my Facebook because it always end up in court. So my sister had to go through her page and delete people that was mutual friends with him, and delete because somebody is giving him information. Like, how did he know I was in Bali? How did he know I was in Dubai? Like, how? So somebody had. So that's why I stopped putting stuff on my page. And then my mama was like, "Fuck that! You ain't gotta hide."
Folk now. Mama folk now. Mama is folks now.
She is
I don't
so-
care what no mama folks now. Okay? Straight up. She is a YN. That's mama.
Like, yes. She was like, "Fuck that." She said, "I'll be smiling on every motherfucking picture."
Oh, come
She
on,
said,
man.
"I'll be click." She said, "Fuck that nigga, we ain't had shit."
Ooh, come on.
I was like this. Oh, it's just gonna prove that I have the money and I can afford to pay him. But I was just like, you know what? I was like, that's okay. God got it. Just so.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, God got it. It's okay. I said He's providing me this resource to make them little payments and still live my life.
Yeah.
So
Period.
I said, so I'm blessed.
Yeah.
Beyond measures. In spite of him. I said, but baby, when it comes, coming to get into
That's so terrible for me.
it is. That's why I was like, I got 2 friends.
Friends, what? How many of us have them?
Look,
For real.
Look, my mama, my granny,
For
my
real,
daddy.
I wish. That's why I'm like, yeah, I wish I had a YN like your mom. Girl,
Listen, I be telling people, you want us? Because that nigga gonna be hell on
She don't play
wheels.
no games about her babies, okay?
She said, I kill a brick.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, ain't the brick dead?
And already.
She said, shit, cat.
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah, she is definitely gangster.
I love
Definitely gangster.
I love it.
What stage are you on relationally? What stage are you on?
We are back together.